All right, we're talking about triads and chords and chord melody and that kind of thing. And what I'm looking at today is a classic all-time country standard called "You Are My Sunshine." Why am I doing songs like this? I'll tell you why I'm doing songs like this uh, because to internalize melodies, there's nothing more important, and you can't start by internalizing body and soul or the jazz standards of every description. The best way, some of you are already doing that, I'm sure, and that's fantastic. But what we're talking about here is a place to start. So you've got an idea of how this song goes already. You are my sunshine. It's like genetic. Everybody seems to know what this song is, and it's a basic 1-4-5 chord progression. So we're in the key of G: 1-4-5-1, right? 1-1-4-5-1. All right. So when you're just playing comping, right? Right. That I mean that's where we're most of us are going to be is playing playing a song like this and just comping the chords. But we're talking about a more guitar centric style of being able to play the melody and the chords at the same time. All right. So let's first of all just take a look at the um, the triads of G, right? And if you haven't done this, you have to. So I'm just playing the triads of G as they around the fretboard, right? Okay, the same thing. Do the same thing with C. And D, you can here it doesn't say a D7, but the 5 chord is normally played as a seventh, so D7, D7, right? D7, D7. Okay, so that's sort of the harmonic material that we need. Now we have a melody, and we can play that melody up here. And there's my little pickup. Right? Let's do that again. We can play G here. C, C, so I can get the melody. Okay, so that just keeps it nice and simple. I noticed when I was covering this, just wondering what I was going to shoot today, that there's one thing that's pretty cool that happens here with sixths. Sixths being in sixths. That's hard to say. Being an interval, like a sixth apart. There's two different kinds of sixths. One is a major six, and one is a minor six. Right? right? And when you this really demonstrates that sixths also define chords, right? So this is an example. That's just a sixth, right? Sixth, sixth. See? It's just the outside notes of that second inversion G. Right? So we're in the key of G. You can hear those six. And they work beautifully when for fills as well, right? So if you have a chord like the G, right, or C. But remember that, right, we're just taking, they're just part of these triads. Okay. So that's how to play this tune in triads in the key of G. Around the fretboard. It's pretty straightforward. But you'll have to find your triads. You'll have to get the triads happening. This may be an opportunity to plug my book, but I don't think I have it here. You can get it online under my guitar pal. Where is it? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I wrote a book about triads. You can find it on Amazon and under my guitar pal, and under my name as well. Okay. Now that was triads, but you can also do the same thing down here. I'm just keeping the melody on top. You can toss the pick and you can try it in a Travis style. We'll do a video with Travis style. I'm not really, an expert in this style, but this leads to So I've got this bass line moving with this, with this finger pattern. One more time. Yeah, that's fun. But the way to start is to just get the chord melody underneath your fingers. Just keep that melody on top. Right. Right. So that's the other, the other side of the fretboard. The fretboard there, and the other bit is doing it in triads. And triads aren't going to be as full, or sixths. But if you've got a bass player and a rhythm guitar player, man, you're cooking, right? You can build beautiful solos just with using triads and and little fills here and there. But they're two totally different playing styles. But at the core of those playing styles, you've got this. You've got a melody that you know, that you understand, that you've internalized, and you can take that melody and you can spread it around the fretboard, right? And so you can play it in triads, you can play it in open position, and you can try different styles. You can try a Travis picking style, or whatever the case is. But the main thing is that you're putting melodies together with simple chord progressions, and that leads to down pathways that become more and more complex and more interesting. Okay. Not to say that "You Are My Sunshine" is not a really interesting melody, because it definitely stood the test of time. Okay, and that's it for today. Like, subscribe, that really helps us. Make sure that you leave a comment. That will really help us too. It gives me an idea if there are any human beings out there, and who have a guitar in their lap, which you should have when you're watching these videos. This is what it's all about. It's not about me. It's not about look at me play, right? That's not what this is about. This is about you learning stuff. Okay, and that's it for today. Thanks for dropping by, and we'll see you soon.